Are we locked? Okay. There's only 2 people who are locked in. 3 people who are locked in. That is insane to me. Swag, where the fuck have you been? It has come to my attention that you're not locked the fuck in. And to be honest, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm pissed. Someone tell Swag I'm pissed at him. You're locked? Alright. Alright. But the rest of yous in my stream, you motherfuckers ain't locked. And it's pissing me off. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Sheesh. Alright. Nice, good break. Well, good first kill. Oh! Wait, hold on. Wait, chat, hold on a fucking minute. Ooh! Alright, I see you. Alright, these guys are just fucking, they don't give a fuck anymore. Nice, Beans. Nice, Benji. Look at how they take these childs. Look at Ben taking this child. Look at Joe. Nice. 18 seconds left, chat. What should they be doing? What should they be doing? 18 seconds of a P1. Fucking rotating, chat. Yeah, I like that. I actually liked, I didn't mind Toby's play. I just, to be honest, yeah, I don't mind it. I just don't know why he, yeah, I mean, I don't mind. That's nitpicking. I think it's fine. Look at Toronto's setup here. Nice. Alright, so chat, my question to you guys. Let me see if you guys have been paying attention, right? Let's look at the minimap here, chat. And for you guys lurking. So, there's 12 seconds left. We know that they need to play for new. New is here, right? Why has number 3 not backed off? And why has number 4 not backed off? Let me see if you guys have been paying attention. What is the difference in this situation on why they're playing so aggressive? What is the reason? What do you see on your minimap that is determining that? Come on, you smart players. Kez, come on. I know you're a genius. 4 is technically a free life. Welcome to the chat, Godkey. Have them funnel street. I want to look at it from a macro level. I want to look at it from like a fundamental perspective, right? What do Toronto have right here? What do Toronto have? Is Beerus with his God key. We already have progression and we have all our lives. Yes, that was the answer I was looking for, but really, really good answers from everyone else. The fact that they have hill control and they have numbers, they have progression. You use that progression. You don't want to give up map control when you have numbers and you are in an advantageous position. Many, many times I will see teams give up everything they have to insta default to play tight because that's what they think rotating is. On this game, if you're in positions where you have progression, you have kills and you can get space, as long as you trade the right kills, you can still prevent them from spawning you out and you're still going to spawn in a position to then rotate anyway, right? So this is why once they have progression, they can play to trade and use that. If they didn't have progression, then 3 is going to play a position where he's not going to try and die or scam. Because they know once they don't have progression and the enemy has the hill, If they die, they run forward, get into these positions here. Boom. You're going to spawn out behind relative to where everyone else is. Good. At least you guys are paying attention. You might not be locked in, but you're paying attention. It's fine. They're still going to spawn on time. Yep. Right, chat. Let me see if you guys are paying attention again. So, Godkey, this is a question for you. Why are Toronto playing tight in this situation? Why are Toronto playing tight in this situation? Godkey, I want you to answer this. You're so locked you're driving. I want Godkey to answer. Oh shit, be fucking careful, mate. Fucking hell. Yeah, why are you texting and driving? I mean, damn. Fucking hell, lad. But I need Godkey to answer. I swear I'm not gonna continue until Godkey fucking answers. And if he doesn't get this right, I'm switching off the locker room. Playing tight because they gave up map pressure, which means what? They don't have what? They don't have what? Godkey. Playing kills and then pushing out. Yes, because they don't have what? What is the overarching fundamental? What is it? Not info. I swear you better get this right or I'm ending it. What is it, dude? What could they not lock in? Twin, I need you to lock in, Godkey. Like, I need you to lock the fuck in. Right, Godkey. You have one option. You can phone a friend. You can phone a friend and they can answer on your behalf. Yes, they don't have progression because of what? They don't have what? It starts with, I mean, you can phone a friend. They don't have he was the worst person you could have fucking asked. Oh my god, you actually want me to end the stream? You've asked the one person you shouldn't have fucking asked. Shit, like shit, you would have like shit. Does someone want to answer for him? Yo, you guys are. It starts with a T, guys. A T. A T. Timmy. What do they not have? Timmy. Yeah. Cheers. Cheers. You're all fucking. I must be the shittest teacher in the world because fuck me. You're all fucking morons. Nah, I'm Oh my god, I think we're all cooked. I think you guys ain't passing your fucking summer exam. Honestly, I think it makes sense why I got fired. Chat, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I think it makes sense why I got fired from the league. I think it makes sense now. I understand why. Fuck you guys. Alright, let's keep it going. Yeah, I think this is more my fault, if anything. Oh, Guinevere! Oh my god! I was just watching this silly shit. Alibi, that's fucking crazy. You were watching us all fucking suffer. What's going on here? Alright. I mean, decent break from Carolina. They did the same thing. They broke the hill, but they didn't instantly push out. They played the wave. They broke the hill. They played the wave. They played their timings, made kills, and then used their free life. Alright, chat. What are they trying to do for this P3? They're trying to play for P1 control. Oh, slasher is banging. Nice. This is why P1 control is very important, chat. It gives you the option and the ability to do whatever the fuck you want from all these positions because you're getting responding here. You're kill boxing them. That's why P1 is important. Nice. Yeah, good. I will say, good salvaging from Toronto on this side. Understanding their timings and just playing their guarantees. Now that was risky. That was risky from Toby. Why was this? Now, forget Carolina in this situation, right? Why was Toby pressuring Old different to their first P1 to P2? What was the difference right there between the P1 and P2 that we saw, where they had Hill, versus here? What's the difference, chat? They don't have, yeah, less map control. They had map progression and now they don't. Yep. Now you see how there's a difference in when you want to challenge and when you want to play a high line versus when not to. So if Toronto had map control, then it makes sense for one to play aggressive. This guy's going to play aggressive, you know, maybe someone here. Then it makes sense, right? But the issue that you have, and you have to be careful when you play, when you chal Old versus when you don't, is they don't have progression. He went to chal, dies, and now all they have to do is run forward and force, while they leave these spawns open, to spawn in behind. That's why they're playing tight in this situation. These two are playing tight, and this guy's pushed out to deny this route. That is the difference between that first P1 and P2 versus this P3 to P4, of when to use your progression versus when not to use your progression. This is technically progression, but you don't want to use it because they have hill control. Now this is a disadvantageous position for you. Line of sight, and because there's multiple people. There's multiple people pushed out that side. If you have 2 or more people push past the 50-yard line, as long as you leave a spawn point open, the game is going to want to flip. It wants to look for the safest spawn point on the other side of the map, because it's like, wait, the mass is on this side now, it's not safe enough. Have to get past 3 different number 1s on the mini-map. Well, Bean's the first number 1 to fall. Next one in line, anybody's guess. It's going to be Insight, and all of a sudden, third. There you go. Now it gets very... What? Hold on. Yeah, they don't read this. This is huge from... It ends up saving him, but you could argue Carolina should have been quicker. Or at least someone should have turned around for him. But it's nitpicky. Good play from Jamie. Alright, Jamie's giving up map control, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think while he has map control, I think he stays out. I think right here, Jamie, just use your free life. Let one pick up this. You push out, use your free life. Jamie says, hey, this is open. Trust him, repinch, cut, funnel. I don't necessarily agree for him to back off here and give space, personally. Ads are killing you. Hey, can someone gift Alibi a sub? Maybe, perhaps, perchance? You know, right here, like right here, if Jamie activated, he could have been in a position to trade out A, or in a position to cut these guys. So this is where, trust the flow, push up, don't be afraid to die. Playing to win rather than playing not to lose. So like how he's playing here, very good, Jamie. How he's playing here, he should have done previously, and this is how he trusts the flow. Yeah, good shit, Gridlock. I like that. Alright, let's see how they play this P4 to P5 here. I respect the fact that they're trying to do something together, but same shit, right? You're understanding, okay, because we have P4 scrap, we've not made any kills. We know that they're going to have new. We know we're not going to have the timings to bully through. You now know that even more because of these two getting kills. So they're trying to set up a break by taking routes. And you'll see it here. First guy taking the longest route. Now he's just going to wait. He should just wait because his teammates aren't in positions to do anything. Chat, listen to Joe again. Tell me what he says. What did Joe just say there? What did Joe just say there? No, I'm talking... Yes, I'm waiting for you guys. Now, this is where communication is very important when it comes to setting up a break, right? I can't turn him up because he's, he's very quiet. But this is another situation, chat, where this is situational awareness combined with the fact that he's the first guy in the flow. He's dictating the break. He's dictating the wave, right? He's the first guy. He's playing to take the longest route in order to set up a play. The reason why he's taking the longest route is because he's going to try and stretch the defense, or if there's a timing open, he's going to take it. He's also the fact that he's so far out the play. These guys on their minimap, it's really hard for them to see where Joe Deceives is specifically on the map. So when he's the furthest guy, and this is very important when you're the first guy who's making the play during the wave, it's your job to call out and say what you're doing. He's saying what he's doing. He's waiting for you guys before he makes a play, so these guys can then understand they can do something together in this break, refill where required, to then set up that break. This is pacing, and communication is a big part of setting up a pace when it comes to breaking a hill. If Draws gets dropped, what do you think on him on Surge? I don't like it. I can see if Draws gets dropped. Well, I don't think Draws is going to get dropped. But if Draws does get dropped, if Falcons don't go for him, I think they make a big mistake. I think Draws is one of the best players in the league. Yep, waiting for you guys for the play. Now that they've got kills, now he's going to trust the flow. Well, he should be trusting the flow. Nice. Now they're micro bumping. Nice. Nice. Good comms. Okay, chat. I know I'm yapping, and we're gonna do the rest of the listening. What is one thing while they're in a setup is very, very important from a communication aspect. So I want you guys to listen and tell me what is very important when you're in a setup. Okay, so chat, there was a couple things that I was really impressed by Toronto from their comms. So Toronto over the years have had one of the best comms in the game. The way they communicate is they it's almost like they take inspiration from like military. Their tone is very calm, very composed. They will have urgency on call outs that are very important. When you're communicating, chat, if you have a very calm and composed tone from a psychological aspect, it makes you feel like the game is not as fast as what it is when you're calling at 100 miles per hour. When you're calling things out at a million miles per hour and everything sounds like it's urgent, the player in the moment feels like he has less time than he really does. When you have this calm conversationalist tone, you can think more. You're not forced to make a play unless it's very important, and you can clearly decipher and understand and bounce that off your teammates. That is what Toronto over the years have been fantastic with. Now, there was a couple of things I really liked from the listening, right? So number one is the fact that Joe, who is the furthest guy in the play, because of how dogshit the minimaps are on this game, it's very hard to see where he is specifically. Because he's so far away and he has so much information, he's dictating the break of the wave during this wave. He is calling out what he's doing. He's waiting for his teammates, right? That way his teammates are then understanding that they have to activate based on what Joe is doing in the moment. That's number one. The fact that Ben is calling the flip, he is doing basically the thinking for. It's an element of doing thinking for your teammates. He's calling out the flip, which means his teammates in the flow can turn around and obviously using process of elimination predict where the enemies are going to be. One thing that's very good about Toronto Small Talk is the fact that they say what they have. There's no guesswork or assumptions in when you say what you have. This is part of what Parasite calls like angle responsibility, right? When you call out what you're watching using process of elimination, looking at your minimap, you can then pick up either to something that helps him or something completely different. Like you know then what you need to pick up relative to the situation that you're in. Another thing that I liked about Toby's comm is not only do you need to call out what you see as giving you information, but after a certain amount of time, or your timings, or whatever it is, calling out what you don't see is equally as important because, again, you're using process of elimination to predict where people are going to be coming from. Oh, I don't see you here. I don't see you taking this route. Therefore, you must be doing 1 or 3, if that makes sense. Now you heard the tone difference, guys? Because this was an important call out from Joe, because of how like urgent it is, his tone was different. And chat, look at number 1 here, right? So call out aside, they recognize, okay, they've just been fully wiped. Therefore, Carolina are going to have the timings and the space, and they're going to have P1 first. They're going to get in their good spots first. They're going to be in the hybrid spots and the power spots first. Toronto recognize this, so they're playing ahead in order to try and give themselves the best chance of breaking this next hill. You see that again with Joe? You heard that again. What you don't see is giving you information for your teammates of where they could possibly be. He's not rapping? Okay. Then they're very limited on where they could be. Wow. Yep, take routes, take routes. First guy take routes. Nice. Nice. Nice, good rotation. Good job first guy taking a route. Good job collapsing on time. Good rotation. Look at them playing tight after they get into the hill. Good break, Carolina. Good break. Good comms. Bump me, bump me. Nice. Yeah, chat together. Nice teach. Yep. Wow. And he just runs through like that. Nice. Good job, Teej. This is why. So, chat. What is good about how Toronto play this here? So look at this here. After they lose hill control, what are they trying to do here? What are they trying to do here? And why is it good from like the overall macro of the game? So let's watch it here. Take space through P1. Now, good answer, Copin. Kill them in the kill box. But, okay, so that's good. But what does... So, before you even spawn them into a kill box, into a funnel, why is them getting P1 good? So look at it from this perspective. Look at it from TJ's perspective. I want you to think of it from like a micro perspective now. Why right here is P1 control so important if you're TJ? Why is this important if you're TJ? And then give me an answer on why it's so important if you're then Dylan Rex. Why is it important if you're this guy? And why is it such a disadvantage if you're then this guy? Why is it disadvantage for both? Trying to get map progression so they don't get blended. They tweak out now. Good. But I want more of a micro answer. So, alibi? Alibi, yeah. Put yourself in TJ's shoes, right? No. So I want you to put yourself in TJ's shoes, right? Put yourself in TJ's shoes. You're ironing. You have your controller right here, right? You have your controller right here. I'm TJ. I'm pre-aiming one way. Why is it so AIDS if teams have P1 control? Just understand that concept. Why is it so AIDS? Another lane he has to watch, which means what? So let's start thinking a bit more micro here. What does that force him to do? What do you guys reckon? What does it force him? Easier for them? I want you thinking about it from I want it from like a micro perspective. Yes, now we're thinking. So when you're in TJ's position, right, and the enemies have P1 control, the reason why it is so significant holding P1 is not only just from the kill box aspect, right, from a flow aspect, but if you're the guy in the hill, it's either one of two things. It's either you commit to watching one lane to play that kill, or you're forced to play certain positions on the hill where it's like a 50-50, where you have basically eyes on two lanes, but because it's such a 50-50, you're not ideally focused or ready for either, right? Exactly. It's one of them where you focus completely on this, which then leaves Burger open, or you focus completely on Burger, which leaves this open, which then changes the positions you have to play relative to that. Or option number 2 is you play a obvious spot which gives you the ability to watch two things, but you're not ready for it, which then increases your chance of dying, right? That's why this is a problem from a micro perspective if you're Tej, because now number 2 could bang through and he's dead, right? So that's why he's committing to 1, and the reason why, chat, the reason why Tej is committing to this is because if they're coming through Burger, the point is going to be contested. Once the point is contested, you know through process of elimination they have to have come here, right? Now, why is it from a micro perspective difficult for him? Why is that? Why is it then from a micro perspective a disadvantage for 9? Now think about it from, put yourself in Dylan Rex's point of view. If you're Dylan Rex coming off spawn and the guys have full P1 control, he has multiple ways he has to tweak about. It's like whack-a-mole, right? You don't know where the mole is going to come out. There are about 10 different ways once he dies that the mole is going to pop out, and you have to just pick one where from a timing or an info perspective where you think the first guy's going to be, but you could guess wrong. You could guess wrong and now you're dead. Exactly. So that's why the lanes that you pick up from a micro perspective is really important for then blend win teams. Exactly. Yes. Now we are thinking. Good shit, guys. Very, very good answers.
I'm trying to play your deep left. He's weak, I'm trying. Yo, they can get. I'm your office. I'm seeing deep left.
I think I went out the map. Nice. Nice. Nice, Gwyn. Oh, that could have went so wrong.
They got the spawns, they got the time, they're gonna need all 60. Here we go, in the beepers. Last time round, Ultra ran it from start to finish. Slasher were a wonderful kill.
Nice, good P4. Good, the way they salvaged that was so well done from Carolina.
A lead change is on the cards. So far, so good. Everybody in the right spot.
Nice.
DJ, the man making the call. He's got the left side locked down. His teammates here for the right street. Gwyn on the coverage and 2 bodies near the time. A difficult setup
wow.
breakdown. Joe Deceives gets man out of the
Look at 5, using his free life. Really, really good job from Tej. So right here, chat, this is what Jamie should have done during the first rotation. This is basically 2 identical situations. When Jamie was pushed out here, they were basically set up the same way, right? Look at the difference between the way Tej is playing it versus when Jamie backed off towards the back, right? This is Tej using his free life. This is him trying to help, basically, right here. And when he's playing with confidence like this and he's playing to win, it doesn't matter if he dies. They're just bad alibi. They're just gonna spawn close anyway, and he's using it to try and help and try and get into the fights. So this was really well done from Tej. I want to give him props for this.
All the damage they got done is over, but now man down. Hold on, Ravens. Gwyn fighting forward.
Nice.
Takes a big lick there from Beansby, still on his feet. Shaky indeed. Here comes the next man over the wall. It's 2 deep.
Right, let's see how.
No one close to
Look at Toronto. Look at them not trying to push for ult because they don't have progression with 9 seconds left. They don't want to spawn behind. Like, look how they play this. Let's look how they play this P4 to P5. Are they going to start taking routes again?
Going into new and a P5 that can be as mixy as all hell. TJ looking for the break. Oh,
nice.
That's a big one. Now looking towards the next man on time. Joe leaves a nade for him at the door. Incoming stun. Can we find the entry? Break now on the cards. Oh,
Nice.
we're in. The Ravens find
Wait, do
the
they
one
win
more.
this? Do Ravens win this?
Trying to get inside. They get their own
No, they
teammate.
don't. They lose this. Holy shit.
Wow! Quinn stays alive. 2 points.
Wow.
Ravens still going. Beans is in. It's a game of
Teach
pressure
taking
right
her out,
now.
spawning them
Also
deep.
Desperation effort to stay alive. The kill feed looking purple. They're keeping it clean. Still down by 20. Still gonna hold it.
Oh, if Rex got the second.
It's still a purple ultra.
Holy shit, this is a
Big pinch now for
fucking
Quinn.
bang out.
Side door. Now the back coming.
Joe with a 3.
Goes huge. 15 seconds on the point. Toronto Ultra had bought themselves the lifeline. We've at least made it to a P1. Back to P1.
Nice,
we
Ben.
go. The first one we saw was a delight. This will decide the match.
Nice.
And this is the
Oh,
entry.
good
The
try.
trades are coming in. Ultra, they will be here first. Here we go. Hard point ready to go. Ultra are inside.
Alright, they're playing good spots. Let the game come to them.
Here comes the trophies in play as well.
Ironing up.
Sasha, first man in
Joe
the
making
fight.
moves.
Taken
Nice.
by Rex. Inside now, staying alive as best he can.
Really good
This is
plays.
for the series.
Nice.
Finds one on the flank, and that is that. Teach, down, gone. Ultra, get it done. $250 to $230.
No, this guy Ben waved at him and told him to fuck off. There's just no way. Look, he waves at him. He's like, yoo-hoo.
250 to 230.
Oh, yoo-hoo. Fuck you. All right, chat. We've got 30 more minutes, maybe, potentially. Is there anything you guys want me to go over again, or is there anything you guys want to watch, or any questions? That was quicker than I expected. That was way quicker than I expected. Do I want to watch an S&D? Do I want to watch an S&D? Hey chat, what are we thinking? Do you want to watch S&D? Dealership versus LAG. You get fucked, idiots. Once we figured out how to use our numbers, you guys got fucked. Hey chat. Hey chat. We'll do control tomorrow. Hey chat. You guys are going to be shocked about this, right? So LAG, for most of the year, their first blood percentages was like the third best in the league. Second or third best in the league, first blood. But the round conversions with numbers was the worst in the league by far. That was fucking so hard to like consistently work on. Especially when you're changing every other week. I was surprised they went A here without trophies. Very surprised. Good nade though. Yeah, I was surprised. They didn't have trophies. I'm thinking, why'd they do that? Oh, it's a bang out. This is a bang out. Sounds like a Benji stat. Yeah. Yeah, no, I was kind of surprised. I'm like, first round, no trophies? Like that was a bit bold of them, I guess. Maybe they watched VOD and they thought, our first round, they never, no, what I think it was, I think that was a round where they watched VOD and they did prep and they were like, yo, Toronto never go A first round. I've had games like that, right? Where it's like, you watch a team, they don't do, they have like the same tendency. So some teams will have the same tendency over and over. So they might have watched Toronto and be like, yo, for the past 4 dealerships, the first round, they always do a 3-1. They always go 3B, one guy mid. But then you play these motherfuckers and it's like, yo, the one round where they don't do it, they've done this shit.
Shooting in the back, and now with 17 seconds in the round, you're already getting pinched. And
that's what I reckon it was.
there for the entry, Beans there for the follow-up, and Kleenex.
How do you get your centering more fluid? You need to, this is going to sound weird. So a lot of your centering is going to be muscle memory. It's going to be muscle memory development. But the way that you develop your muscle memory is by like actively thinking about it and focusing on it when you play. You want to like overly focus on it when you play against bots or whatever, pubs, whatever, and you get to the point when you're bored that your muscle memory is starting to develop, and then you don't want to think about it. You just want to rely on your hand-eye coordination.
Got the first blood and the last laugh. That is a
What's the
beautifully
thing you
orchestrated
see most AMs don't do that separate top pros? Selflessness.
round.
Selflessness and IQ, game IQ. Goes hand in hand. I think that's the biggest thing. Like learning how to work as a team, because most, to be honest with you, most top AMs are fucking, they're either ex-pros or they're good enough to be pros, like from a mechanical standpoint. And challenges are fucking, there's so many talented players in challenges. It's Mamba's fucking insane. I love Mamba. I think he's so good. Right, plays like that. I just think the biggest difference is from like the top teams versus everyone else, and this is even the bottom CDL teams, is just teamwork. It's just, a lot of it is like teamwork, understanding what kills are the most important, and like selflessness. Like being selfless and fast in the moment.
For the Ravens, they've got a pump
That's like the biggest thing for me.
take that space they want in the A-bomb site. That makes the next sort of gunfight not exactly a favorable one. Good stuff from Ultra there in the opening round. Choosing the other
All right.
now.
Breakoffs, first 15 seconds, what they're trying to do is you're trying to basically predict what the enemies are going to do. The information that you get on your screen is painting a picture of like what are the enemies potentially doing. If I don't see someone running through like this or doing a particular rush, you check your rush strats, your timings, that sort of stuff. You use anticipation and timings to predict what they could be doing. If I don't see anyone here within the first 10-15 seconds, right, they're doing some weird shit like this, or they're playing like bitches. It's all SND basically is process of elimination, anticipation, and then being proactive to put yourself in the best position possible based on your win condition. Literally all it is.
They'll be on defense.
Generic terms for micro plays. Like right here with S&D, like yeah, we've got this entirety of the map. We basically know they can't be here. So process of elimination, you're predicting where they're going to be when you check common spots, hybrid spots, power spots, and then based on that, you get info. You want to do something based on that info. So right here would be their initial strat, which is their break-off, and then from their break-off, you'll have your situational round, your mid-round situational, which is once you got information, what do you do with it? Do you play to trade? Do you play to get bomb site? Do you have advice for people getting into comp? Mental skills training. If you are serious about going pro, then you need to train your mindset to be a pro. Have a champion's mindset. And networking. Make sure you, from a network perspective, make sure you are learning how to be a good teammate.
So everybody's alive. Bomb over towards B. TJ for the first one. Absolutely. Oh my word, the Ravens opening up with 2 kills, making it 3 in a row.
Wow, Gwyn.
That is a wonderful
wow.
opener. They have bounced back indeed. We put the shoe on the other foot and they have kicked Ultra's ass in this one. Kleenex gone.
Yeah.
We are 51 seconds into the game, folks.
Yeah, and that's
2 rounds in 50 seconds, Jesus.
For the bounce back, 'cause they were reading the pressure. Kleenex was getting
Byron made me learn how to be a D1 teammate. Wait, who's Byron?
there for the coverage.
What, Pro Loot?
Gwyn making the aggressive play, and that second gunfight win there by Gwyn.
Yeah, you have to Oh, Nasty. Okay. Yeah. Nasty, he's another example when I coached him. Like you have to realize a lot of these people who you team with, you're spending 7-8 hours with them. You need to be a good teammate, because what it means to be a good teammate also affects how you improve as a team. It's a team game.
Action. That kid is shooting.
Yeah, one's good. Massive damage output there from the Ravens. Gives me undeniable advantage, which they take full advantage of.
Oh, what's good, Camps? How you doing?
The round basically theirs. We've seen some moments on dealership. The 1v
Then right here, okay. Are they gonna go? They've got a trophy this time, so they've got a trophy, so they're going A.
Here we go.
Square off.
Yeah,
Trophies.
squaring up.
Shenanigans, a bad stun from Tej. That's going to slow him down.
Gotta build that chemistry. I'm doing good. I'm good, Camps. Yeah, chemistry. So I don't like the term chemistry. I like to say culture. I think culture is a big part of like how you do what you do. What is the process? What does that process look like? There's so much that goes into it. Good nade.
Doesn't slow Gwyn in the slightest.
Good nade. Now right here, so the way S&D progresses, and this is what happens every year, right? So you have there's essentially 2 ways to play S&D. is number one is you bang something. You bang something with stuns, with nades. So you have this on red card, you have this on protocol, whatever, right? Where when you rush something, you use your stun, you use your nades. Once you get numbers, you group up and you ape something. You either plant based on the situation, or if it's a situation where it's not a clean, you don't have the clean ability to plant, you push through, you trade, you try and force kills. You just try and go 1 for 1. Vancouver last year, the year before this year, are one of the best examples of a team where once they have numbers, the three of them will group. This guy will do his own thing, get space, get info, whatever, and then they will play off that to either force a trade or force an advantageous position. Right, what's good, Draken? Now you're good, you're good. And option number 2 is you play a spread. Spread meaning you play all the lanes, you get as much info as you can within the first, 30 seconds, whatever, and based on where you get the kills, based on the info, you decide where you want to go, what you want to do, and it becomes almost like a calculated game of chess. So the spread break, or the way when you play spread, is more like an old-fashioned Call of Duty thing, like World War II teams would play spread on more of a slower game, because it's more about getting information, giving certain information to then bait teams, and then using that information you're getting, and there's a lot more strategy involved when you play a spread. So I don't know if you might have seen, say for example, LAT when they play dealership, is they'll do something like this, right? They'll play a spread, and this guy will carry bomb, but he's playing passive. He's playing for scammers, right? He's not showing any sort of presence. They have 2 variations, one where he's got bomb and one where he has bomb. And they'll have a variation where, let's say if this guy has bomb, he's not going to show anything. He's just playing for anyone trying to push through. Because what they're trying to do is when they give certain bits of information, they're expecting the other team to react a certain way. So for example, if they put pressure in here, like this, if there is any enemies on B, they're expecting them to push through like this, to catch people making a play, right? Because they're thinking, they're banging through A. But in reality, what they're doing is they'll either play for the scammer, and if they get the kill, they'll wrap all the way around and use it very, very fast. Or what they'll then do is if they don't get the scammer, but they make kills here, this guy will come all the way back round, and vice versa. So essentially the way your bait strats work is I'm giving you certain pieces of information, and then on the other side of the map, I'm reacting off that. I'm either going to use it to do something, or I'm going to shift all the way around to try and out-rotate you to get to a site and to get into these good spots first before you have the ability to do anything. So it's about shifting setups, shifting people out of position to catch them lacking, basically. And LAT have different variations of that. Variation on Hacienda, where they P2 on Hacienda and they show A presence, but really they're going B. And they go pew instantly, because then you're overstacking a side, and they're like, all right, they're overstacking, bet, let's go to the other bomb site. We used to do that quite a bit last year too. Same with red card, all these maps, there's like a bait strat, and then you have your bangs, and that's basically SND.
Kleenex now with space to work with through the middle of the map, and he's already moving. Sends insights in for the pinch.
Then they use process of elimination. They're like, all right, I don't see them here. Where are they going to be? I'm going to anticipate them to be here. All right, there's 55 seconds left on the clock. What can we do to be proactive? You want to be proactive in S&D. You don't want to. You want to be less reactive and more proactive, because then you're dictating the situation. Like, what plays can you make? What spots can you get into? Can I plant the bomb and force them to come to me? Can I take certain space safe enough and take a risk so then I can get a kill, you know? So that's how you do it. Wow. Did they end up winning this? Oh my god. He only had 7 bullets, by the way. Only had 7 bullets.
I love that from Toronto as well. That is heads up search and destroy gameplay. Insight was getting tags in. He's basically back in their spawn by the little coffee shop, and that means those 3 players officially contain an Insight, typically metal boots, wraps around through the middle of the map to be there with his teammates, and that means Carolina uncomfortable. They're worried about the pinch the entire time.
Okay.
When is the pressure going to come in? Well, it is the ARs there for Toronto. make sure you shut him down. Insight, one of the smartest players in the game.
Schrodinger's insight. Is he behind us? Is he watching the flank? Is he in front of us? You never know. He could be in both places at the same time, folks. Watch the VOD back and find out for yourselves, Ravens. 2-1. Ultra on attack this time round. Joe Deceives, bomb in hand.
All right, let's see what they do here.
Well,
Do they do the bait?
They're waiting for the pressure to roll through, but actually Carolina looking for the counter over towards the B site. That stun connects on 3, so that flop
So
is
they,
gonna be
so this is what I'm saying here, chat. Right? No worries, Alibi. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
for the counter
So this is what I'm saying. Like, look at the info.
They're waiting for the
So they're waiting for the stun and nades, right?
pressure to roll through, but actually Carolina looking
Once they get that stun, once 6 says, yo, I've stunned 3, look at how quick they shift over. But then, look at how Toronto play this. Now it's retake versus retake, essentially. So this is a good situation. This is a good example to show you how teams will initially stack one side and they'll get information on one side of the map. Once they then realize, hey, I don't see anything, that what you don't see is also information. One stun can then turn the difference of the round, especially on a map like Dealership. He gets a stun on 3 people. He's like, yo, there's 3 people on A. They're banging it out, or most likely going to bang it out. They instantly shift to try and retake it. Now, if they then do that and Toronto do this and instantly rotate back over to B, then after a certain amount of seconds, Slasher could be like, or once they try and retake through 10, they could be like, yo, we don't see anything. They've gone B or they've gone mid. And then SND becomes that game of shifting. How can we catch people out shifting? How much space can we get? Can someone from Carolina sit here while Toronto shift around? Then you get more layers into it.
Carolina looking for the counter over towards the B site. That stun connects
Yep,
on
so like
3,
right here, look at
that
them
flop is
instantly
gonna be
shifting
rolled
around to then
back
retake
towards
A. But this is where I say teams like LAT is they will get stunned here. They will leave one person here to continuously bait. They will then, everyone else is going to shift towards B, and if they do it quick enough, one person might go around to then repinch it because they haven't pushed out. But then now they have full B control, and now you might have situations where then they're trying to play for someone scamming like this, or playing to iron like this, or maybe someone middle in a corner like this. This is like the mind games of S&D.
And Ultra, it looks like they're happy to square up.
Yeah, that specificity eliminates ambiguity. Slasher connects on the 2.
See that?
Here comes the RC car. Try to buy some space. Not gonna
And
happen.
now,
Win.
do you see it here, chat? Now look at 8, look at 7. They're like, all right, what if they end up going B or someone's gone through mid, right? Instead of just assuming.
Right now, a monumental task.
I love this setup there from the Ravens. They pause the play. All bases covered. They're going to be able to hit.
Fair play to Toronto getting this down. But all Carolina needs to do is someone watch a repinch. 3-1. 3 guys hit time. 1 guy watch a repinch. They win the round. That's it.
He's going to run into a little bit of trouble in a second.
I have somehow just ended up with the camera crash. Fuck's sake.
Nobody home. Teach gets rid of 1.
Now they know where he is. They're just going to ape him. Again, SCD then just becomes a let's do something together. Let's play to trade out. Let's ape. We put ourselves in an advantageous situation. How can you win the round? Okay, this is your best chance of winning the round. Someone play for it. Yes, I have seen so many fake raps this year. Red card. So many fake raps on red card. So many fake raps on dealership. So many fake raps on Hacienda. We would do so many fake raps. I know LAT did so many fake raps. FaZe had loads of break-offs with fake raps. It's just, yeah, fake raps have always, every S&D, on every game, you get fake raps.
Looks to be the target right now for the Ravens.
And you had Ultra that actually stacked out B, so interesting counter shots be going on. Through the eyes of Slasher, we can see it as Gwyn moves towards the vent. It is a jump cut into the bomb plant.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And you had Ultra that actually stacked out B, so interesting counter shots
Okay.
going on. Through the eyes of Slasher, we
So
can
they've
see
banged
it
out
as
A.
Gwyn moves towards the vent. It is a jump cut into the bomb plant. Pure 4v4. Joe Deceives on the
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Big pinch. That's being watched though by Dylan Rex, and that's the information gain, and that's again a little bit of a worry now in the back of your head. You know,
So, this is the thing with dealership, guys, right? Is you are very, 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 very rarely only in a few situations ever seeing teams hit the pinch like this. Like, why? Draken, what do you reckon? So, chat, what do you reckon? Why do teams very, very, very rarely hit the pinch? What do you notice about this side of the map? What is so fucking AIDS about this side of the map when it comes to retaking A? Why do you think teams just don't bother full stacking it through here? There's two reasons. Two reasons. What do you reckon, chat? Kinda yes, but that's not one of the reasons I'm looking for. Just have a look at the map, right? Explosive aside, have a look at the map. Exactly, Sal. Yeah, exactly, right? Bro. So, both answers perfect, right? So, number one, bro, look at how many goddamn spots there are to fucking clear. Holy shit. Have you guys played FaZe on Dealership? Let me tell you, my boy MC or Draza is gonna be in fucking cheeks here, bro. They're gonna be coming up with some fugazi spots. Like, holy shit, right? So that's one. So let's say you magically, for whatever reason, you fucking clear all of this and you don't die. Bro, this is a fucking stupid choke point. There has to be another route here because this is absurd. I hate this. I hate this. I hate maps where one part of the map is eliminated because of this choke point. It takes one person to just watch this goddamn choke point, and if you get back down, you can watch it from an off angle here, or an off angle here, or you can hard square and take that shell. I fucking hate it. So that is why teams, when they retake A, for the most part, they'll do something like this. They'll double this, slide across, time their nades and stuns. That guy's sliding first, second guy's channeling this guy's channeling at the same time. That is like the only way you can fucking retake A. Because this shit is so hard. Exactly, the rest of your team's getting aped, bro.
Massive damage there. Now Rex is going to make his way forward. He has got to try to cover Tej. The nade forces TJ out of coverage.
That's what I'm saying.
He gets it on the Rex.
And now you see, now do you see like why it's important you retake from this side? Look at it, right? I don't know how they've managed to get the kills, right? So they're in a 4v3. I don't know how they end up losing this. So Austin getting picked is whatever. And then Gwyn dies. And then it's like, dude, what?
Rex is going to make his way forward. He has got to try to cover Tej. The nade forces TJ out of coverage. Here comes Joe Deceive, sending for the
that is just... It's so... That's another reason why retaking from this side can be so overpowered. But look at the pop glitch that Jamie just did. Or Joe Deceives has just done. This is pop glitching, right? The cameras on this game are ass. They always have been, they always will be. Look at him sliding on there. I don't care if the... ignore the nade smoke or the explosive smoke. If it was clear as day, I promise you, you ain't killing him. Because you slide on this, he charles you, you are dead. Because the cameras on this game are terrible. On COD, in general, the cameras are terrible. You slide onto an object and you pop out, you're killing him. You're snaking him, you're killing him, right? That is why retaking from this side is so OP. Because not only can you use the explosives if they aren't blown up, you can use the nade smokes, you can do whatever, they don't have aim assist, but then you just slide behind the cars like you're playing fucking that game with the frog jumping across the highway. Like, this shit is stupid.
He gets it on the Rex. His position known, and he's down as well. 3 on the round from Young Joe alongside the defuse.
He dodges the exploding vehicles, and now he gets to shoot his...
Frogger. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Frogger, bro. Like, that's what this shit is. It's fucking annoying. So that's why, like, genuinely, right? And this is how, like, what I told my teams to do on A. Like, if we get in this situation, we need to get the fuck out. We have to try and get mid. In numbers is like, even more so in numbers, right? Because if you re-wrap, alright, fine, bet. They can take the site. You're just going to kill them from tin and vent anyway. And we started doing that. We did not lose rounds. We weren't losing. Appreciate you, Greg. Thank you so much for the Prime 2 months. Let's fucking get it, baby. I think you might have a new fucking emote. A new fucking emote? New fucking, whatever it's called, a fucking badge. It's like, just, I don't know, it's just sometimes like you just gotta push something out and just pray for the best and pray to God. Appreciate you, brother. No fucking ads, baby. Oh, never mind. You don't, wait. 1, 2, never mind. The 3 month is gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if 8, I don't know. I don't know 4v3, but it's like, maybe if they just like, I don't know, got their balls out and be like, yo, let's fucking ape this guy. And then now you have mid, and now these guys can't do shit, and it's like, now you can wallbang here, like, it's just, yeah, it's just, turtling is just sometimes so difficult, dude. Maybe you can argue, maybe I'm nitpicking, maybe you can say Austin could just stay alive, not take the chal, and wait, and bring him into the play. That also works too, to be honest with you.
Massive damage there. Now Rex is going to make his way forward. He has got to try to cover Tej. The nade forces TJ out of coverage. Here comes Joe to see. Send him finally. He could possibly move against.
Let's see what's going on here. Good retake though, at least. So, I mean, right here is something like kind of similar to what LAT do. But the way LAT do it is they don't play so hard for mid. They'll have someone here waiting for scammers, but they'll bang out A. Because again, once you know tendencies of certain teams, once you show certain bits of information, you know how they're going to react. They'll instantly go around, as you've seen every single time, which then opens up a timing for him to either plant it, and then them guys come back, or like re-pinch it. That's how you get the bait to work.
The Ravens, they're doing their best to keep them contained. They have awareness, at least, I presume, of the bomb being down. Top right-hand side of the minimap. B-bomb site swarmed up. Joe gets away with his life.
Oh, not for long. Yeah, wow. TJ raining the shots through. No safe spots to stand. Walls made of paper. Beans for a 1v3.
Beans for 1v3, but again, I'm not sure.
There's Beans 1v3 here, chat. Does he 1v3? No, does he not? Does he fuck? Alright.
Do not give up those advantages.
Same again, just banging A.
Ravens on attack now. Towards A they go.
Speaking of adjustments, Carolina.
This I don't mind this, because this is sort of like a bait.
They've struggled to get success. If it ain't broke, you don't fix it. But they've had.
And so this is basically what I was saying earlier. This is Gwyn's in a position where he can then re-pinch mid, so they're not funnel. Like they're adapting here. I like this. I think this is good. I think this is good from Gwyn. Now they're not playing tight. Now he can re-pinch mid. It's one less person on A. You know what I'm saying? And he's still in a position to re-pinch it. I mean, they should still win this round, no? Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I thought they played that really well. I think maybe they just pre-nutted. Fuck, dude.
Well, it's been singular pushes. Now they're squaring up.
Same shit on the break. That's a good double child initially.
Can you take advantage of the man with the low hit points? You sure can. He's now trapped alone on the inside. Oh, he gets out of the room with a
oh, they're aping him. Hunting his bitch ass down.
This round from Ultra is far from over.
He's trying to play the ISO. Joe has information on two.
Yeah, hunting his bitch ass down.
Unfortunate for him, it's 2 players to deal with, and I think they might have spotted him. Yeah, tags in. He is in a tough spot.
Wait a minute.
Oh, imagine if he got that kill. Wait, lightning actually just struck right next to me? Hey, I hope it fucking struck you, because you'd be Shazam. You'd be a fucking superhero, baby.
Ravens have identified that, so insight on the recovery.
Nice, that's what I like to see. And they got numbers, you just stick together.
I'm still quite happily. On the other side of the board, Beans, he's the heaviest hitter right now. Alongside
Same again, process of elimination. What you don't see will tell you where they are. You're guessing what they're doing. Process of elimination. Now it's up to you to be either proactive with the information you have. You're trying to guess, okay, where could they be? So that's why they're not banging out initially. Now they are, because they're like, alright, now we know where they are. Oh, and they keep themselves trapped. That's the issue. Oh my god. They've trapped themselves in.
They made the adjustment. They're trying to play TDM. Everybody roll through. And now you flip the spawn.
I think that's
from
the
your
issue,
head
is just
foot.
trapping
Don't
yourselves
come
in
down
there.
just yet.
God damn.
You're having these two players, TJ and Slasher.
Because what they've just done here, chat, is they've trapped themselves into a fucking kill box. I mean, one of them could have just stayed out here and then re-pinched in if needed, or they could have just planted while they pushed out. That's an issue that we had in scrims, is like, we tried to push through, but like, the thing is, if teams are getting better at retaking, like we played against FaZe and we recognized, okay, teams are getting better at retaking from this side, it's fine getting into these positions, but like, you need to give yourselves progression to get out, or at least plant, or do something like that. But like right here, they just get hard counted, don't they? So, which then now you're in a position where you don't have any options. You don't have any. You're basically in a shitty position because Toronto have kill boxed you. They have everything essentially, and now you're very limited without giving information or a death basically.
45 seconds to work.
Ultra want none of this though. They're not taking the bait. Yeah, Tej, he gets a lot of damage in, so that's going to be him backed up. You still know where those players are now, at the very least.
So then imagine they were in this situation, but they had at least one more player. This would be so winnable. So fucking winnable. Oh my god, good shot, Tej. Oh, Tej got the second. Yeah.
Steps up for it. Eyes are on, and the bomb planted as well. Here we go. It's the new school versus the old school. And
Slasher does not lose these. He doesn't. I'm telling you, Slasher don't lose these.
Puts the Ravens on map point.
SND go for a reason, because it is caught.
He doesn't lose them.
Here we go.
Does this go round 11? Hold on.
Nate connects. Trevi not there in time.
Oh, they're banging.
Here we go. The fight is being brought to you. Gwyn, he opens up the avenue. Anyone on the pitch? Joe.
Nice.
They set him up.
That's a good bank.
This is going to be the deciding
Now,
factor. Ultra
everyone get a lane.
They're trying to make it machine.
Everyone throw some shoulders.
Around right now.
They get together to trade. No scams. Let them plant. Who fucking cares? It's a bad position for them.
Or it might be destroyed.
Look at the shoulders. Look at the fucking shoulders, chat. You got numbers, baby. Throw your shoulders. Look at them throwing shoulders for info.
A lot of damage and Gwyn on the approach forward as well.
Look out. So look at this. Look at them doing it together.
Trying to take a route.
All that matters in a 4v2 is just do something together. Being tradable positions.
Over to young Joe.
Nice. Nice. To be fair to Carol.